All right, so what happens real quick when you don't have social relationships in your life, when you're just a loner, when you isolate too much, when you don't have a mentor, when you don't have a dating life, when you don't socialize, you don't have friends, you don't play sports? This is a spectrum, but really what happens to your health? How much stress does this cause? What's the science? And how does it impact your vitality? What's really going on here? So for a lot of my life, I was actually pretty shy. I really loved my time alone, even from a kid. I loved playing video games. I could shut myself in my room and just play Mario Brothers for hours. I loved it. I could go in with a book and read it for hours. I loved it. And I kept on being that way. I could just listen to philosophy all day long. I could do yoga all day long. It's kind of like a superpower of mine. But I had to make sure I didn't get imbalanced, because for so long I would get so extreme and I wouldn't engage enough. I was happy when I had this relationship with my girlfriend in high school for 6 years, from 17 to 22. Great relationship. Miami. Great relationship for 6 years. Really held me together. But what happens when you don't have a relationship? What happens when you're just in monk mode too much? When you don't have a mentor or a friends group, a community, a tribe? Well, that, my friends, is unnatural. And I have done that far too long. I thought that I could do it all alone. I could just read books, have book mentors, do book yoga. I wasn't into being around people. It was too hard. It was unnecessarily complicated. I just wanted to be enlightened. Just wanted to have out-of-body experiences. Everything you need is within you, man. Come on, look within. You find everything you need within. Well, that only works when you're highly spiritually advanced, okay? 99.999% of the population on the path, even if you're on the path to enlightenment, you need alliances. It's in your biology. You can't transcend that very easily. It's almost impossible. You need friends, you need mentors, you need professional alliances. You need people that you're teaching, that you're learning from. You need a partner. Don't go for years neglecting these things like I did. You'll pay in your emotions, you'll pay in your health, you'll pay in your subconscious stress, you'll pay in your self-esteem. Going for years without dating was not good for me. Even if it's just about getting involved, adding value, serving people, being curious about people. It's not about what you can get. It's about being involved and enriching. And then when I got back involved, I discovered, when I went out dating with this desire to just have pleasure, have success, have ego, it always took away from me. And so I threw the baby out with the bathwater. Because I was doing it wrong, I blamed the actual act of socializing. How stupid, right? How stupid. It's because you have to orient your values correctly. If your values are involvement, fun, lightheartedness, enriching, contribution, involvement, joking around, being in the moment, you have a completely different experience of dating, socializing, working, versus trying to gain for yourself, just gain money, get the sale, get the number, get the sex, be the big man, have ego, have your reputation, have everyone give you approval. That doesn't work. It's obvious, So it's easy to listen to these things and say, well, I already know that. That's obvious. I knew it in my mind too. Just like you might be saying this too, but what if you look at your life? How are you living your life? Look at the results in your life. Are you happy with your dating life? Are you happy with your professional life? Are you happy with your influence, your social circle, your family influence, your relationship with your parents, your friends, your kids? If you're not, then there's room to improve. There's room to improve. What about your networking? Professional network? What about how often do you feel lonely? Or how often do you just push that down and have bad habits? You know, these negative habits of scrolling, pornography, distraction, entertainment, excessive eating, going to any kind of drug, including alcohol. It's all a manifestation of negative emotion. You're suppressing, you're repressing, you're covering up. You know, so I had my own version of that. I would overeat and constantly eat. I had all of my Netflix, all of my Crunchyroll and anime series I had escaped to, all my video games. Not that those things are bad in themselves, but if you're using them to escape your lack of life integrity, escape your pain, how long are you going to go without authentically healing that wound versus just ignoring it? It's going to fester, my friend. I'm saying this from experience. We have to have the courage to look under the garb and see, wow, am I actually wounded? Do I actually need some attention? Do I actually have some kind of pain that's not healing and I'm just distracting myself? Do I have some kind of neglect in my life that I'm not fulfilling, and so I'm covering it up with coping? That's what loneliness did to me. You don't want to admit it. You want to pretend like you don't need it. You want to pretend like you're Mr. Spiritual, Mr. Tough Guy. No one else is getting injured. No one else is accruing opportunity costs. Nobody else is losing out but you. And guess what? Everybody else doesn't really buy it. They can see right through it. Oh. Hold on. That just fell. Oh, we still got a blue sphere. Looks like we're still online, gentlemen. Good. Yeah. So nobody else is really buying it. This tripod just fell. Nobody else is really buying it. They can kind of tell. You know, we can see through most people easily. So easily. You can tell if someone's low confidence, lonely, emotionally coping, addicted. You can even tell what kind of physical habits people have. It shows up in their face. You know when someone's a drunk. You know when someone's high. Not only in the moment, but long term. It marks their physiology. The Chinese map this out. It's called physiognomy. You can map out and see on people's physiology, their face, their body, not only the state of health that they have in their body. Like, you ever notice the face of a drunkard who's been an alcoholic for a very long time? Very different facial features. You'll see reddening of the nose, expansion of the nose. You'll see different qualities that come up because the liver is damaged. So the liver, you can see the impact of it on your face. You notice it, I'm sure you know. And so, not only that, but negative emotions, you can see it in the face. You can tell if someone's been long-term depressed. You can see pride in the eyes. You can see a face of masculinity and courage. You can see a face of cowardice. You can see a face of crime. You can see a face of tyranny and narcissism. You can just tell. You can see it in people's face, even if they just have resting face. You can see if they have resting bitch face. You can see it in the person's face. Everything is here. You're not hiding it from anybody. People can tell. So there's no use. There's no use in trying to pretend and suppressing it to others, suppressing it to yourself, putting on the act. You know, I'm saying this because I did it for a long time. If you deny your own emotions, you deny your own condition, you want to pretend like you don't have to do anything about it. It's natural. A lot of times it's because you have ambivalence. You don't know what to do. And so you make excuses and you pretend like there's not a problem because you don't know what to do. It's better to feel like there's no problem than feel confused about a problem. So says your survival mind. But once you actually start getting your health and your energy in line, you'll have enough energy to actually figure out these problems. You won't be in so much coping, so much stress in every aspect of your life that you'll have more energetic resources and brain power to actually start figuring out your own problems. Not lying to yourself. Okay? So the hierarchy of needs is that you have to have physical well-being first. Okay? So take care of your physical stress. Get the toxins out of your life. Take care of your sleep, your nutrition, your exercise, your movement, your sunlight, your micronutrients. Don't have deficiencies. Get rid of all the toxic poisons in your food. And then start thinking about your stress. Start thinking about your emotions. It's going to be hard to have good emotions if you're eating poison every day. That's why I say get rid of the toxins and the poison in your food. Start drinking real water that doesn't have fluoride and chlorine that disrupts your thyroid, your endocrine system. It's going to make you hardly be able to think. What happens when you give a rat fluoride and chlorine and bromide? It gets jittery, it dies quickly, it gets obese. That's why we have to not be toxified. And then start thinking about, okay, I gotta learn about my emotions, I gotta learn about stress, I gotta learn about how to have a healthy emotional life and not suppress these things. So keep watching my channel and talk about all these things. You wanna learn how to overcome your loneliness? You wanna learn how to have energy and confidence, have higher testosterone levels, more social confidence, more ability to break through your mental barriers or physical barriers. You wanna learn how to have energy, you wanna learn how to relax, decrease your stress. And we talk about all this. This is all health. And if you get this right, then your health takes care of itself. You optimize your hormones, your body transforms. If you're trying to get in shape, lose weight, you're trying to do all these things without fixing your hormones, it's gonna be a long road ahead of you, right? People think it's so hard to get in shape, but the only reason you think that is because you have the wrong tools, right? So it's like, what if you have the wrong tools and you're trying to build a house, but you're using a rock instead of a hammer? Then it's really hard. Then you're right, it is really hard to build a house with a hammer if you don't have the right tools. What if you're trying to build an entire house with just a screwdriver? You have a really inefficient tool. You need a power tool, man. That's what I'm giving you, the power tools. What if you only have one tool? What if you're trying to cook a great meal, but you only have one ingredient, but you're doing it really good? You're just, your ingredient is counting calories. That's my solution. That's your tool. Counting calories. That's everything. That's the only thing you need. Rubbish. It's like trying to make a meal with one ingredient, or you're just trying to make a meal by measuring out one ingredient correctly, all right? But the rest of the ingredients you're just throwing in haphazardly. What's gonna happen? You can't bake a cake like that. It's gonna come out a mess. So what people are doing, they have one tool. I'm just walking an hour a day, 10,000 steps, that's all you need. It's the only thing for health. Wrong. You're a little bit more complex than that. It's like trying to make a cake with just measuring only one ingredient, right? You have to have all the tools and you have to have the right tools. You have to understand your mind and your body. That's the real medicine, okay? So check out my videos. This is just to be a quick video to remind you of a truth, tell you a story of what happened with me so that you can wake up out of the matrix, be a health hacker, start seeing amazing results in your life. And the amazing results that you get in your life are going to translate into your business, your productivity, and that benefits everybody. Your productivity, your creativity, your wealth, your family is going to appreciate that a lot, believe me. Everyone's going to appreciate it a lot. Your better emotions, your better attitude, you're going to be more inspirational, you're not going to have as much stress, you're not going to tick people off as much, you're not going to have as much conflict in your life. This makes everything work, okay? This is the foundation. That's why it's health, wealth, relationships, happiness, love, okay? Project New Man, health hackers creating a new you from the inside out. I'll talk to you soon. Click in the description.
Free 6-week masterclass, only for now. Usually I charge over $300 for this program. Get it free right now. Click the playlist, watch the videos so that you can learn all this information to transform your life effortlessly. You learn this stuff, the ancient sciences that have been around for thousands of years, this is not the scam. You know, we're outside the matrix. We've escaped the dark side of society's dark side. Okay? We are the Force, we are the Jedis. Alright? So follow along. You know, we're all following the leaders of health. This is a mission that we're all on. You're a leader, I'm a leader. Take control and we can change the society. Alright? I'll see you next time.